these are sort of new conversations, especially for Nigerians. Even internationally, there's still a lot of controversy around it. But I mean, I respect the fact that, people who need service or help, are getting it. I think where people just wonder is, are you doing it for convenience or, just because you don't want to be the one carrying? But thank you very much for clearing this up. I guess it's an ongoing conversation and we'll keep growing and learning about a lot of these things. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back. So about a decade ago, the lexicon, fake news became a part of our daily conversation. And as the years have rolled by and as technology has continued to advance, I think everybody now understands that this might be a real fear or worry for us going forward, especially with the advent of artificial intelligence. AI is doing quite a thing, and it's getting harder for a lot of people to decipher what is real and what is not. If you're on any social media, especially Facebook, you see videos every day and you wonder, is this real? Or if you're in a WhatsApp group, especially with your parents, they believe a lot of things that, you're sure doesn't necessarily make sense. But we're going to talk about fake news, AI, and what really counts as truth in this day. I'm joined now by media personality Rubbin'minds.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Long time.
I do.
How you doing?
Not bad.
You also do a lot of content creation.
I kind of stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you stop? Did you get saturated?
Yeah, I got busy.
Okay.
And then hosting also took a lot of my time.
Okay.
I wasn't really in one space at a particular time.
Yeah.
I was always traveling and all that too.
So but at least you understand that space and market, content creation.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how the continued belief now is that a lot of young people get their news from social media.
Yes.
So they don't tune into traditional news, or this content creator said this or said that, and they believe it hook, line, and sinker. In a time like this, I guess there's a good side to it, where, news is at your fingertips, but then there's a worry, who vets these things?
Exactly. News comes out, and before you know, say 90%, because everybody now, even our parents are on phones, so everybody believes it. Who, like you said, who vets it? How do we know that this is actually real news or fake news? Especially now that you have the advent of AI. Anybody can do any video and post and claim that it's somebody else. But for those of us who have been traditional, my dad was a journalist, we also get to, follow these news outlets. I don't think people buy newspapers anymore. But you can still get them on your phones, the digital version. So most times, that's what we do. If we don't see news on these national dailies on the digital version, then we can't say, oh, this is true or not.
Or just watch channels.
Exactly.
But that's actually what, people keep trying to remind people. Check reliable sources, or at least verify before you broadcast. But that's becoming harder and harder for a lot of people to do. I mean, I think the one that worries me most is when you see situations of conflict. I mean, there's a lot of conflicts going on around the world now. But even in Nigeria, where there's been protests or, agitations here and there, you see some videos, and then a few hours later, you find out, oh, this actually hasn't happened. Someone just put something together or brought a video from a different country and cleaned it up a certain way. And, oh, this is happening right next door. And this continues to feed the beast of, well, it's on the internet, so it's true. And it makes you wonder, I mean, you are a media personality, you work in the media environments, so you understand the need to verify, but a lot of people don't. How do we start having that conversation?
Like you said,
is it burdening on content creators or on the reader? So
most content creators just put this thing out to get the numbers. Like you said earlier, you said especially Facebook, because it's monetized. Yeah. So the higher number you get, the higher you get paid. But I think that the burden lies on those who want to make money out of this thing. Because a lot of people just post those things out there to make money or to get the numbers or to blow, in quotes, I think there should be like a law or something, hounding people who post or push out fake news out there. Because if one person should be used as a scapegoat, if that person is not used, then I think it's hard to, curb this news flying here and there and all that. So it's very hard for, like you said, those of us who are in the media space.
Now, what's on screen now is AI. And look how believable it looks, right? And it's getting better.
Better, yeah.
Every day.
This is AI. What?
Yeah. And, about 6 months ago, it wasn't this good.
Yes.
It feels like every week you wake up, the videos, the pictures are getting more believable. This could be anywhere in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Right? But it's actually not.
Yeah, I saw a video of an AI video of.
Look at this.
This is so real. It looks so real.
Who is this?
It looks so real.
It's getting very scary.
Wow.
You don't know where does it end? Because it looks like we're just starting with this AI thing.
It gets better and better, like you said. Okay, it wasn't this good a couple of months ago. What happens by the end of the year? Somebody will probably just do your video and post out and say, Ibuka said this. So it's hard to, curb it. Like I said, we should try as much as possible to, let's use someone as a scapegoat or something. Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, it's okay to...
Sometimes it's for fun.
When it's national news, right, or when it's something that is huge like this, you want to verify. But there are also situations where people do things just for fun or damages someone's reputation. I don't know if you know this guy, Asher Kine, who does this content.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the controversy that happened a few days ago.
It's a few days ago, yes,
so
I did.
I think he goes to University of Nigeria and
Suka, yeah.
Takes this girl out.
Brings her to Lagos.
Basically, what he does,
yes.
With everybody else. And I think there's a point where they ask the girl, are you in a relationship? And she
said no, yeah.
A day later or something, we see a video or a picture.
Of a guy
kissing her cheeks from Snapchat, which looks like a Snapchat shot.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but you're in a relationship with this guy for 2 years. And it becomes a whole thing. And then we start saying, actually, that picture is fake.
It's fake.
It's actually AI generated. There's no guy. But it looked like a real Snapchat shot.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to go to channels to say, oh, let me find out. This story is just something on social media.
Exactly.
It damages her reputation heavily. Yeah. It might affect her mentally even going forward.
Yeah.
How do I now know? And I guess my question is about regulation, because there's been talks about regulating social media or regulating the internet.
Yeah.
But how do you even do that?
So, so sometimes it's only when the person involved comes out to debunk such claims. Like, I think I saw a video of the girl saying that video was fake. She never met anybody called Kennedy or something, or Jeffrey or thereabout. But, like you said, it's hard. You can get the person depressed, you can get the person mentally, drained and all that. It only boils down to the fact that at the end of the day, the person has to come and debunk it. But then again, the damage has been done.
Yeah.
So what do we do to say, what happens to those who push this kind of thing out? First, like I said, somebody should make a scapegoat. Like the guy whoever did that should be, apprehended and said, oh, you know what, we're going to use you as an example. So that others, when they're trying to do stuff like that, they will think, this is what happened to that guy before. I don't want to be part and parcel of it. I think that's just the way. And then a part of, like you said, regulation as well, so that we don't have to go through this every other time.
Yeah. And I guess the flip side again is there's people who do things for real, right?
Okay.
And they now say, it was AI. We've seen that with government officials.
Exactly.
We've seen that with, situations with some celebrities. It now makes it convenient to lie. To say, oh, that's not me. This is AI generated. So we're living in an age where it's almost impossible now to decipher what is real and what is not. And you just wonder, is technology going to now help us? Do we need an app again to tell us what is real and what is not? I don't know. I was watching a video recently. I think it was one of the presenters on the breakfast show on channels. I think it was Kayode Kikiolu, I think. And someone made a video of him saying something which he never said.
AI generated.
AI generated. So they are now doing these things to broadcasters. I've seen a few people from international media as well. You're literally in the studio, but they control what you're saying, basically. And someone says that, like, oh, if this person is saying it, if Ebuka is saying it, it must be true. But Ebuka never said anything. You know, it's just very worrying. And I don't know. I just feel like we don't know the answers yet, do we?
I don't think we have an answer to it. Because the AI videos that were in existence before now had videos of the white people and all that. But now you see AI videos of
markets in Nigeria.
Pidgin English and
downfall buses.
And it's like a place in Lagos. And you're like, how did you get this good? And it probably gets better over time. So I just think that the only solution for now should be like regulation.
Should the burden, maybe a hierarchy of the burden, the government who should give regulation policy. There's the content creators, right, who should understand, especially those ones who have a platform. You know, who should know better. But like you said, they're going to keep doing it until someone gets caught. Then of course the reader who should verify when you
yes.
Who has the biggest burden here?
I think the biggest burden is it's hard though. Okay. I think it boils down to the reader for me, because when you see a news out there, you need to verify first because once the reader believes it, then it's hard
to start rebutting.
Yes. So once the reader believes it, the content creator too that puts it out can just sit down and be enjoying the back and forth with everybody. So I think the basic burden lies down on the readers who have to vet and verify news before trying to believe or not believe it.
One thing that a lot of people are talking about is the elections. We have about a year plus to go to the next general elections in Nigeria. And in a year, only God knows what AI would be doing.
I mean, I've seen
I mean, with the last elections in the United States, we even saw things already of what AI could do on both sides of, you know, the elections in America. It would be even better in 2 years or in less. And so are you worried about the elections and what it could be, especially for a country where, I mean, there are places to verify things, but not many people are going to care to verify.
And we don't have agencies that can hold content creators or whoever responsible for posting out or putting out such news. It's, like you said, it's going to be very difficult because we're getting better. The elections, people can bring out videos. Videos can go out and say, this newscaster or this broadcaster said this online, or the president said this, or the governor said this, when in actual fact, those people didn't say that. So it's going to be hard. I think we have to be on our toes to keep on to actual real news. If not, it's going to be a disaster.
Are you worried for your job?
Kinda.
Because AI is taking everything.
Are you?
I think about it sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, in-person work will always be in-person work.
Yes.
But anything that needs a screen, who's to say?
True.
Who's to say? We never know. I don't know. I'm flustered. Thanks a lot, Robert, for being here.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to all of us.
Thank you for having me.